You can see that in fraction of second it was executed because you have a solid VM right now, solid spec VM. Today I'm going to show you a trick where you are just conversing with Claude Code in plain simple English. You can see the script has started doing its magic, and right now the Docker is being installed on the VM and you are not doing anything. You just let it know that resume the deployment from there. Hello and welcome to my channel on AI automation. In today's video, I'm going to talk about 3 of the most commonly asked questions or most common pain areas that everyone has when using n8n for their AI automation. Number 1 being, how do I host n8n for completely free? I have like very less number of workflows. I am not a power user. I don't want to pay for cloud version of it, which is like $24 a month. So a lot of people want to migrate on a cloud version of their self-hosted n8n instance, but don't know what the path is. Second one that we are going to talk about is the immediate next question that comes, that hey, how do I migrate everything which have already been coded and deployed as n8n workflows working fine on n8n cloud to the self-hosted version of it? And is there any way that I can maintain the hierarchy as well, like the folder hierarchy or organization that I have made? And the third pain area or question that comes is also like kind of an immediate follow-up. How do I maintain my self-hosted instance, because now the maintenance comes to me? Do I need to learn about Linux command? Do I need to put patches on my server or the VM that I'll create in cloud? How do I secure it? How do I optimize it so that the performance is not degraded? And all these concerns are very genuine concerns. By the way, I actually made a step-by-step guide to migrate an n8n cloud instance to a GCP free tier cloud instance. Later I realized what the heck I'm doing. It's a new world. It's a world where we are conversing with AI, having conversations in English. And why am I recording these technical tutorials for you to follow each and every command that I am typing in over there? Today I'm going to show you a trick where you are just conversing with Claude Code in plain simple English. I'm going to show you how to deploy an n8n instance completely freely using a free DNS service, domain service as well. If you don't own the domain as well, we're going to use a free DNS domain service that is going to provide you a free subdomain that you can use for your n8n instance. Again, you are not going to run any command. We are going to do it using the Claude Code. The second thing that we are going to do is migrate all the workflows programmatically using an n8n instance, and then I'm going to show you how Claude Code can do it and how the system that I have built can do it for you if you don't even want to run that n8n workflow. But I feel that you must be comfortable with n8n workflow, so you can use that as well. The third thing or subsequent part of this second part would be how you can use Claude Code to copy folders as well and keep the organization with you. And the fourth and final thing that I'm going to show you in this video is the life after migration when you are maintaining your instance in public cloud. That means you are responsible for the security of it, you are responsible for the optimization or performance optimization of it, monitoring of it. I have built in this system some commands that you don't need to feel technical about it. We are going to just run those commands and it is going to do the job for you. So stay tuned for both the parts. The video can go longer, so I might split the video into 2 parts. So feel free to jump onto the any part of the video in all these 4 pain areas which belong to you. And if you feel the pain most of paying that $24 and migrating it to the free tier, let's jump into the first part of it. Let me quickly show you a comparison between the free tier of Oracle Cloud and GCP Cloud and why I am choosing the Oracle Cloud. And as you can see over here on the screen, that Google Cloud's free tier gives you 1 CPU, 1 GB of RAM and 30 GB of storage. And that is fine for testing. But for production grade workflows, especially using AI and heavy workflows which are doing like heavy data transformation for you, that 1 GB memory may not be enough. But if you look at the Oracle Cloud, you are almost getting 4 CPUs, 24 GB of RAM, 200 GB of storage. And as of now, you can see the documentation, this 24 gigabytes of RAM is free forever for you. So you can like just lock in an instance for now and then like continue using that instance forever. And that's enough for you to run complex AI workflows, complex data processing workflows, and never worry about the memory limits. But there must be a catch with it as well, right? Well, Oracle Cloud is not that easy or intuitive enough when you compare it with Google Cloud or AWS or Azure, because it's a new player in the market. It is still getting adoption, and that's where this Claude system that we have built is gonna play a very important role, because you don't need to deal with any sort of complexity of Oracle Cloud or any cloud. Let's jump in now, because otherwise you might drop this video that I'm just speaking and not showing you anything. So right now I have opened the Visual Studio Code, where generally I use Claude Code, and if you're not familiar with Claude Code, just search about it and watch my video of what is Claude Code, how do you set up it properly on your system. This is not the video to cover Claude Code, so I'm going to skip that part, but it is very straightforward. If you have not installed it, just go to Google and type Claude Code install, and you will see the first link, which is like for the code.claude.com. So you can click on this, and you can see on the get started, you can just copy this command and open the command line or terminal. So basically here you can just paste it and click on enter and run. That's the only command that you have to run. Once you do that, you can see that log into your account. It is going to ask you when you type in Claude. So basically what happens is, like if I go back, once I have executed this command, what I have to do is basically, let me just clear this up. I just have to type in Claude. Okay. So this is asking me whether I need to provide the access to this particular folder. So I'm running this in this folder for a very first time, the Claude. So I'm going to like just say yes. And this is what the Claude Code is. So it's terminal. Don't get frightened by the code word in it. You are not writing any code. You will see that we are just conversing in plain English throughout this tutorial. So don't get worried about that code is written. Dheeraj over here. I am not a coder. I'm not a developer. Claude Code has nothing to do with Claude Code. Of course, it has many things to do with code, because it is writing code on your behalf. You are not touching anything. You are conversing with it in English. So don't get frightened. As long as you have a problem to solve, you can speak to it in a clear, concise manner, or even not in concise, in a clear manner. You can articulate your problem to Claude Code. It is going to solve it for you. Don't worry about that. So when I typed in Claude, it opened the Claude for me. It might not happen for you, because you need to set up an account with Claude. You can see over here that Claude Code is only available on Pro plan, Max plan, Teams plan, and Enterprise plan. Otherwise, it is not available. Or what you can do is you can set up the API access and use Claude Console in order to use it via API. But I would recommend that you get like a pro version of it. Again, you might be thinking that, hey, now I need to pay for Claude Pro. Well, Claude Pro cannot just do the n8n thing for you, but other things as well for you. So you are not just paying for n8n or managing just for n8n. And once you have set up the system, you don't need to pay further for Claude Pro. You can just get rid of this subscription, or pause the subscription and continue using the free plan, or you can use the Claude Console API with credits in order to do that. But now that you have set it up, once you have the account, as soon as you type in Claude over here, you might be taken to the login screen. Otherwise, you have to write this /login in order to log into Claude. So once you have done that, either you can keep on working in the command line or terminal, but I prefer Visual Studio Code. So basically you can go and search for Visual Studio Code, which is a free code editor. Again, it's a code editor, but it lets you run terminal inside it, integrated terminal inside it, where we can run the Claude Code. And why I do it is because then I can have access to the files as well. So if I click on this, you can see that over here on the right hand side, I can continue to run the Claude Code over here. On the left hand side, I have the entire system where I can explore, what files it is making, what is in the Claude directory that is being, I can open up command, I can click on it, and I can, basically access all these files over here. So it gives me access to both files in a visual way, as well as I can, on the right hand side in the major window, major part of it, I can keep on having conversation with Claude Code. So let's quickly go ahead and basically open the Claude Code over here. Let me open a new terminal. So the new terminal is open. So now you can see that it has opened inside this integrated version of it, and I'm going to write just Claude. So that's what we wrote in a regular MacBook terminal as well. If you have Windows, you can basically use Windows command line utility too. Here you see that it is in plan mode. So anytime you open Claude Code, it is going to open up in the plan mode. So what is plan mode? Plan mode is a mode where when you describe a problem, Claude Code is going to understand the entire problem, create a plan, then get an approval. It may ask some clarifying questions with you. So it's more like having a conversation with a partner or an engineer who is asking questions, then trying to frame the solution, position the solution, presenting that solution to you, getting your approvals, getting your inputs, and then finally creating an approved plan that it can work upon. So that's what plan mode is. However, for us, the plan mode does not make sense right now. So I'm going to press like shift tab twice. It will start saying that accept edits on. So that means now it is ready to execute the commands that we would say. We'll be following the commands that I have already coded for you so that you don't need to build this system. If you want to build this system, you can have a English conversation with Claude Code and it is going to build the exactly same system or similar system for you in order to deploy a new instance on any cloud, migrate an instance, or manage an instance. But I have already done that for you and I'm going to provide the link that will help you set up on Oracle Cloud for free. So this system is like more like a collection of Claude Code commands, and if I open these commands, you can see that all these commands are over here, and when you run these commands, Claude know exactly what to do, what to ask, what to execute. So all that has already been done for you, and it is going to check what is needed, how to handle errors. You can basically use to fully deploy Oracle Cloud deployment. You can set up the free domain for DuckDNS, which is a service that provides free subdomains. So we are going to do that without dealing with the complexity of its engagement. Then it is going to automatically install the SSL certificates for you as well. And the basic management like checking status, monitoring as well, the system will do. And how do you do that? You literally just type in a simple command that says /deploy n8n. And then if I just press enter, now the Claude will start walking us through conversationally how to deploy it on Google Cloud. So you can see that I'll help you deploy a free n8n instance on the cloud, no DevOps knowledge required. I'll guide you through everything. So it is telling you what you will get: a fully working n8n instance, a free cloud hosting service, free domain with DuckDNS, free SSL certificate, what I just explained. Estimated monthly bill is $0. So we did not do anything. We just ran a command called /deploy-n8n. So the first question you can see it is asking is, do you already have a VM server you want me to use, or should I create a new one for you? So again, this is a very basic step-by-step guidance. So if you have a VM, the system is going to adapt to the step that you want to perform because you already have VM. Now you don't have a VM. We are going to start afresh, assuming that you are coming new. I don't have a VM already there. So we are going to basically create a new VM. I'm going to just press enter and provide it in the input. So we have answered the question to Claude now. Let's see, it is now thinking, and now it is going to ask me the question, which cloud provider you want to add. So basically I want to have Oracle Cloud. We have already discussed why we want to go, but you already have an option of GCP, AWS, Azure. Type something new. If you want to build something for DigitalOcean, it is going to build it for you once you have this in place. For now, the system supports 4 clouds, and Oracle Cloud is with free version of it. So now if I just press enter, now we have selected the cloud. Now it is saying that excellent choice. Oracle Cloud has far the best tier, 24 GB RAM versus 1 GB, another. Now, how would you like to set up your DNS? All these complexities you don't have to deal with, what is DNS? How do I set it up, right? It is asking you that there is a DuckDNS free service that is there. If you want to host it completely for $0, you don't even want to pay for any domain. But if you have a website already running for your company or any blog that you are running, you can use that as well. And in order to do that, you have to basically select the second option. So if you press the arrow key, you can select the custom domain. It will ask you the instructions about it, and it will help you configure the custom domain while deploying this n8n instance. But right now, like I said, I am assuming that you are coming blank slate. You don't have any free domain or any domain existing right now, and you want a free domain. You want to pay $0. That's the pain that we are solving, remember? So I'm going to select this DuckDNS, which is free service recommended. You get a free subdomain like your name, DuckDNS, no cost, no, and easy setup, right? So basically I'm just going to type this. So now, it is gathering the information. It is brainstorming with you, no technical stuff so far. So what subdomain would you like for your instance? Your n8n instance will be accessible at yourchoice.duckdns.org. So see, it's giving you some options: my n8n, n8n John, automation hub. However, GenAI, in order for it to work, you need to remember one thing. This needs to be unique for duckdns.com. So you need to think a name that is unique, because people might have already taken these names because it's a free service. Others might also be using, right? So I'm going to type like GenAI Unplugged. That's it. So GenAI U-N8n. I'm pretty much sure that nobody would have taken it, and if it would have taken, then it will guide us as well. But all I'm trying to say is that try to make it unique in the first step itself. So now I'm going to like press enter. So this is what it is going to look like. GenAI U-N8n .duckdns.org. If you already have your DNS or domain, then you don't need to go through this step. It is going to guide you, like the wizard is going to guide you with a different thing. Now it is asking me what email should we use for SSL certificate notification. Well, the system is already recommending these, so that means I have to like get rid of this before releasing it to everyone, because it is like showing my email addresses over here. So you can pick, if you have configured, probably it is picking it from the configuration file, and I have the details how to set up the configuration file as well. So set up the configuration file first, follow the guide when you are using the system, so that your email gets picked up. So I have to remove my email when doing demos as well, but still, yeah, it's fine. I'll just pick up the first one. This email ID needs to be associated with the SSL certificate. You're not going to handle all that complexity to deal with, like, all these technical certificates or SSL certificates, running the commands in order to do that, scheduling it so that they never expire. So system is going to do it, and you are just answering some of the question it is asking you, having a plain conversation. So what time should n8n use for scheduled workflows? So I'm like in East Coast, so I'll like just select Americas, New York. It's that simple, right? And you can build it yourself as well, but I have built it for you. So feel free to go to my Substack and subscribe it over there, because that's where I'm going to release it. So make sure that you are a subscriber on my Substack. GenAIunplugged.substack.com is where you will get the access to it. If you become the subscriber, send out an email or reply to the welcome email, and I'm going to like send the setup instructions, detailed guide, as well as step-by-step instructions in order to use that along with this public tutorial that you have. Otherwise, feel free to have a conversation with Claude Code and build a similar system for yourself. Ready to proceed with the deployment? Now it's ready to proceed. Yes, let's do that. Now it is going to orchestrate everything. You might be saying, hey Dheeraj, right now we don't have like a Oracle Cloud account setup, right? I have not done that. I'm doing this in front of you for the first time. This is going to handle that for you. That's how I have built the system, and I'm testing it out live in front of you. In case there are some sort of errors that come in, things that come in, we're going to solve together. So now you can see that your Mac OS has Homebrew. The OCI CLI needs to be installed first. To set up the Oracle Cloud, you will need to create an account. Now, basically, it is going to tell us the simple step which a non-technical person can take. So for example, I have to basically go in over here. So let's go. What's your current state with the Oracle Cloud? I need to do all this. And it's basically saying that create this. You need to install OCI CLI. This is basically something that we can ask it to install, like Claude will install it for you. Get your API keys. So this is something that we'll have to get it. It's providing us the instructions how to get it. You don't need to search anywhere, right? It is providing us all these instructions. Then we have to configure the OCI CLI after installing, and when prompted, we will paste the values in the configuration file preview, and basically we are done. You can see that I'll set up the Oracle Cloud account and OCI CLI now. I have an account, just need to install. So basically it can help you install as well. Like I said, OCI CLI is installed, just need to configure. I have to do all this, right? So we are doing it for the first time. I'll say I need all this. Let's see what it answers. So now it is basically thinking, and let's see what it's going to do. All right, so it has provided the detailed instructions. So first we have to go over here. So let's open this. So you need to press Control and then you can click on it. So it is going to open it for us. So now it's basically saying, go to this, click Start for free, fill in the details and verify your email. Add a payment method for verification only, and you won't be charged for free tier. Complete the account creation. This may take 5 to 10 minutes. So I'll just, quickly go through it. You will see like fast forward screen, so that we'll come back to the next one where we are going to like ask it to install. I'm not going to like do this. So let's see what happens. So I'm going to like click on this Start Free. I'll click on this verify email. The email verification link has been sent to my GenAI Unplugged email. So you can see that verify email is there. So I'm like going to click on this verify email. So now it is asking me to provide the password. So I'm going to like provide the password. So we are going to say like individual over here, cloud account name, I'll just keep like GenAI Unplugged only. So this is for tenancy. Home region is US East. So I'll select this one, Ashburn. And by selecting this box, I'll just click on continue and I'll save the password over here. And now it is asking me the address detail. So I'm like, you can provide your own address detail. Now the address is provided. We have to provide a payment verification. Like I said, it is not going to charge you. So basically we are going to like add a credit card over here. Alright, so the payment method has been successfully selected and you can see Oracle Cloud free tier is selected here. So now I'm going to like check this box and click on start free trial. So now it is setting up the Oracle Cloud instance for us, the tenant for us. It is going to do all that job. And as you can see, so far we have not done anything technical. We are just following the instructions. And if we go back to our Visual Studio, you can see that add payment method, complete the account creation. This may take 5 to 10 minutes. Your account need a few minutes to fully activate. So we'll just wait it out. I'll just fast forward it and we'll come back to the next step that we have to do, which is like installing the OCI CLI. Alright, so our sign up process is completed. We have to wait about like 15 minutes and wait for that email to come. So I'll just take a pause and skip the part where the email has arrived. Alright, let's go to our inbox and check whether the email has arrived or not. So alright, so over here I can see that your Oracle Cloud account is successfully provisioned. So basically I'm going to like click on this. It's going to like let us sign in just to see everything is working fine or not. So for now, for the first time, we have to enter the password. Let's enter that. I'll just save it. So here it is asking us to enable the secure verification. So I'm like going to click on this. Now I'm going to click on mobile app, and over here you can see offline mode or use another authenticator app. I'm not going to download another authenticator app of Oracle Mobile. So I'm like going to like press this, right? So now I'm going to like scan for my Google authenticator that I have. Okay, so we are successfully enrolled on this particular device. I'm like going to click on done. So now we are entering the Oracle Cloud. So we have set up the free tier. All right, after logging in, you can see at the top free tier account. You are in free trial. When your trial is over, your account is limited to always free resources. And that's what we care about, right? We just need the always free resources. And these always free resources are forever free. If I click on this learn more, here you can see that after your trial ends, your account remains active. There is no interruption to the availability of always free resources. So if I click on this always free resources, you would see that these are all the resources that we get. In the compute, you get the OCI Ampere A1 compute instances, which has ARM processor in it. For always free tenancy, this is equivalent to 4 OCPUs and 24 GB of memory. So this will always stay free with us. That's why it is important that you go ahead and make sure that you have set up this account. Now we have set up this account. Again, no technical thing we have done yet. Now we are going to ask Claude Code to install the OCI CLI for us. So for that, I'm like going to open this. So this step is done. So what I'm going to say is, instead of executing the instruction that it has given me, I'm going to like come over here. You can see done, OCI CLI is installed and configured. I'll just paste that. Step 1 is completed by me. So just plain English, right? So I'll install the OCI CLI for you now. So it is helping you, right? You are just typing it in English. You are explaining it your problems and it is going to solve for us. And similar way, it is going to run all the commands that are required to set up our VM in cloud, to set up everything like installing SSL certificates and everything related to it. We don't need to do anything. That's the beauty of this system. So this is going to take few minutes to get installed. So I'll just skip to the part where it is successfully installed. All right, so you can see that OCI CLI is successfully completed and installed. Let me verify if it's working. So it is doing the verification as well. It is telling the OCI version this is installed. The warnings are harmless. Now we need to configure it with your Oracle Cloud account. So it already knew that we have to move to step number 3, which was basically over here. Like it said that generate API key. So it is already knowing that we have to now set up the account because first 2 steps are completed. So now it is telling us get your Oracle Cloud API key. Go and log in over here. So this is something that, basically it cannot do for you. So this is what something that we have to do for ourselves for security purposes, as you know. So I'm like going to go over here, right? And it has provided all the instructions that are there. So I'm not going anywhere, Googling out any kind of solution, going to Stack Overflow, finding issues. I'm just following what it is saying. and as it knows all the stuff, right? So the system is built that way, is all the instructions are there researched for you and coded into the system. That's why it will be really useful that you go to Substack, subscribe, and get the access to the system as soon as possible. So over here you can see that it is saying we have to go to user settings, click on user profile icons and click on user settings. So I'm going to like go over here. So I'm going to like click on user settings. So now we are on user settings, add API key, scroll down to the resources section, click APIs, and in the user settings we have to go to this tokens and keys. So let's go over here, and over here it's saying that add an API key. I'm like going to click on this. So generate API key pair, choose public key file or paste public key. So here I think it is asking for generate API key pair. That's what it is asking. So I'm going to like click on this. Now right at the bottom you can see it's saying click on add. Now the next step is copy the configuration preview. After clicking add, you will see configuration preview box. Copy all the text that is in the box. It looks like this. That is done. Now I have the key and configured it. I downloaded the private key and copied the configuration file preview. That's what we have done, right? So again, it is guiding us step by step. Now I'm going to click on this and press enter. Please paste the configuration preview text over here and the block that starts with default, right? So that's what I have to paste. I'll set up the config file for you. Also, please let me know where you save the file. So what I'm pasting over here is the preview part, and I have saved the file under this name and under this directory. So I copied the file path. If you are using some other system, you're not using Mac, you might have like a different structure of the path. You just need to copy paste. Claude Code is going to figure it out. So I'm answering both the question it asked me to provide, both the information it asked me to provide. Now it has started configuring the next step that was there. We are not following any technical guide. Again, guys, that's the beauty of the way we are doing this. It's just plain English. We are just having a conversation with the person who knows all this stuff. So now you can see that it is setting up the step 2, which is the cloud infrastructure or Oracle cloud infrastructure that it requires to set up in order to deploy the n8n instance. So if I go up, let's go up. So somewhere we were here, right? So generate API keys, configure OCI CLI. Now it is configuring the OCI CLI. Everything required by it, it already has it. It has started working on setting up the infrastructure that is required for our n8n instance. Over here, you can see that network infrastructure is created. Now it is creating the VM, and what VM it is creating? Creating a powerful ARM VM which has 4 OCPUs and 24 GB RAM. That's what we wanted, right? That's really exciting, guys, because all this stuff is very technical in nature. You need to understand Oracle Cloud, you need to understand Linux, you need to SSH into it. You have to understand the dynamics of like how the network works, how to secure it, what to open, what not to open. This is doing the job for us. It's plain English, right? So it seems that it has run into a problem where it says ARM instances are very popular and currently available in the availability domain. Let me try another availability domain. Again, we don't need to know about what the heck this, availability domain is. Like, it's a technical concept of cloud. Claude Code is figuring it out. If you would be doing this, you would have got the error. Then you would be Googling it, going to Stack Overflow or Quora, or, searching various forums using AI to troubleshoot it. But again, over here, it's doing the job for us. So now you can see that it is telling us that ARM instances are currently unavailable in the Ashburn region. You can continue, trying to get these. Right now we are not getting it in this particular tutorial. So we are like going to like try a smaller version of it just to show you like how this entire setup works. It is still 12x more RAM than GCP and may have better availability. So let's try this out. The idea over here is not to get that, perfect VM setup for you. Idea is to that you have this whole system set up for you that is working on behalf of you with all this technical hassle that it is going through behind the scenes. Once the system is deployed in like a other machine, you can always ask it to try and see whether the Ashburn region has any ARM instance available, and as soon as it is available, do the job for you. You can like run it continuously as well, monitor it like every other hour and see like whether the popular version of this ARM instance is available or not. Okay, so it's basically Ashburn is completely out of ARM capacity. Let me try the Phoenix region. So now it is saying Oracle Cloud is experiencing capacity issues in Ashburn region for ARM instances. This is unfortunately common due to high demand. Alright, now it is offering switch to GCP, which is recommended. But no, we don't want to like switch to GCP. I would say, can it be done? So now it is saying Oracle account is only configured to subscribe to Ashburn. That's a limitation some Oracle account have, especially new always free accounts, right? So create a new Oracle account with different region, that when signing up you can choose a different region. San Jose, the home region, has the best chance of ARM availability. Switch to GCP, similar setup. Wait and try Ashburn later. ARM capacity often frees up during off-peak hours, early morning US time, 2 to 6 a.m. So maybe like I'll try this 2 to 6 a.m. in the morning and see what happens. For now, in order to continue with this setup, what we can do is, so we can say that save the config and try Ashburn later. So let's do that. And we can also say that, and in order to continue system and test the entire, continue and switch to GCP. So now it is going to save the configuration, and I'm going to try like in the evening or in the morning, and now it has switched to GCP. Let's see if it can basically create the VM. I'm sure like GCP would have the option to create the VM. It's just that it is on high demand. Lot of people are after that high power machine which is free. So that's why it is basically not allowing us to create the instance right now. I'm like working in the peak hours, so probably that's why the capacity is not there. Maybe I'll try in the night and I'll post a follow-up as well. But for now, let's continue testing this system, showing you how you can just converse, and this system is doing the job for you. And you can see that now it is transferring to Google Cloud. Again, it's not an ideal setup right now for you because Google Cloud free tier is not that great, but still you are getting out of that mindset and that fear of that you have to manage your instance. No, using this system, the system is going to manage everything for you. Now it is installing the Google CLI. I already have a Google account set up, so basically it would be like a quick thing. So you can see that authentication is also pretty easy. Like it's not like the Oracle Cloud one where we had to like download and something. Here it is like just basically asking a SSO authorization, and I'm going to like just follow these clicks, and now you are authenticated with Google Cloud CLI. And if I go back and you see that authenticated with this email, now let me check the existing GCP project. It is going to check the existing GCP project, and you can see that it found an existing GCP project, n8n deployment. Let me set it to default and check the Compute Engine API. Now it is going to excellent. Compute Engine API is already enabled. There is an existing terminated VM. Let me delete it and create a fresh one. So it is basically now going to delete the VM that I created in the last tutorial. It is now creating again the same free tier E2 micro instance in GCP. This should definitely work because this has been tested out. But you can see how system is adapting itself. So VM created with the external IP, now creating firewall rules. Now it is creating the firewall rules for us. Again, this is like all you would be doing. So this is going pretty fast. Now it is also installing Docker on the VM. And why we need Docker? Because Docker, n8n and all its dependency will like stay isolated from rest of the stuff on the VM. That's why Docker is required. It is very easy to upgrade with Docker. It becomes easier to back up. You can spin up more Docker instances and replicate the same scenario. So there are multiple advantages of using Docker. That's why I use or prefer using Docker and Docker Compose for n8n installations rather than the Node.js install. So I've queued up a message. As soon as it reads, it will let us know what is happening. Because it is running now a background command over here, install Docker. So Docker is installed successfully. The long output you saw was system showing all running services. That's normal verbose output, not slowness. The actual installation was quick. Now the installation of Docker is complete. It is going to set up the DuckDNS free domain for us and install the SSL certificates. And that's where we wanted to go over here. So let's go here. All right, a quick update or interruption right in the middle of this session which is going on, and that is basically I was able to procure the free Oracle VM of 24 gigabytes. And how was that possible? Well, I wrote a hunt script that ran every few minutes on my local machine just to hunt that Oracle free VM over a past several days, and finally after 40th try I was able to get success on that script and was able to procure the machine. Here I'll show you the Oracle Hunt script that we have created. Let me just double click and open it. So yeah, this is the script that I have created. This started hunting in the Ashburn region. It was the default profile, and I had a backup Frankfurt region as well. So I created 2 accounts and the script hunted in both the regions. As soon as it hit the success after 40th retry, we were able to procure the machine. And here's the status right now. In the previous recording, Oracle was running out of capacity and we demonstrated and continued with the GCP deployment of it. And as you can see over here in our server, this is like the GCP server, and our n8n instance is up and running. But quickly coming back over here, like I said, I created a capacity hunter script that ran for 40 cycles, and result was we got a machine. And this is the VM details that I have over here right now. Again, what is left now? So basically this is where the VM is available, the Oracle VM that we wanted our n8n instance to be deployed as a self-hosted version and then manage using this system that I have created for you guys. So basically what I'm going to say, just continue Oracle deployment. And now the domain we are going to try is n8n-oracle.duckdns.org. If the name servers are still having issues of this DuckDNS, we have also coded into this system. There is a fallback free DNS.org as well, and that is where we are going to fall back, or the script is going to fall back as you are having a conversation. So I'm just going to say continue with Oracle deployment, and let's see what happens now. I'm really excited because now we can move our n8n instance from cloud, or like right now I'm on DigitalOcean, I can move it from there to this Oracle instance, which is 6 times the capacity that is there on my current VM on DigitalOcean. So I'm really excited to see. Let's see. It's saying that Oracle VM is ready, 24 GB RAM, 22 GB is available. It's based on ARM64 architecture. Docker is not installed. So now you can see the script has started doing its magic. And right now the Docker is being installed on the VM, and you are not doing anything. You just let it know that my VM has been procured. The Oracle Hunt script that we created is successful. Resume the deployment from there. You can see that I did not write any kind of command. I just had a plain English conversation, and the system knew, or the Claude Code knew, where it has to resume from. So that's the magic of this entire system. I would really like you to get advantage of this system that I have created for you guys. So yeah, go ahead and tell me how it works for you. If you are facing any issues, go to the Substack that I have. The URL is in the description of the video. Reach me out over there, or basically reach me out on LinkedIn. And as you can see, our system is making progress. It has basically open the firewall ports. Firewall is configured. So now it is asking, do you have a DuckDNS account? If yes, it needs the DuckDNS token to point to this. It's the same cycle that we had for the GCP configuration. Let's go ahead. So this is the GCP instance. So let me just kill this, right? And let me say this. All right. So we are logged in, or let me log in first. All right, I'm logged in. This is the token that I have. Let me go ahead and provide the token to it. Here is the token. And before that, let me add this, right? We have to first add this, is because last time we added n8n-GAU 2026. This time I'm going to add another subdomain, and I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say add domain. All right, it is already taken. So this must be unique enough. Let's say add domain. So okay, this has been added. So now I'm going to say, however, we have configured a different domain. Here is the screenshot. And like I was telling you that you can copy paste the screenshot. So I took this screenshot. The screenshot is pasted over here. Claude Code will understand the screenshot, right? Got it. Subdomain is this, currently pointing to wrong IP. Let me update the Oracle IP. So right now it is pointing to this IP. Oh, sorry, this. Right now it is pointing to this IP. Let's refresh and see whether it is going to basically, yes, it has pointed to the right IP now. I hope the DNS starts working. So DNS is pointing to Oracle VM. Now let me install Nginx and set up the SSL. So now is the time when our Oracle machine is getting prepped up with this new setup of Nginx. And I'm really excited to see how this Oracle instance works, because we were seeing that GCP micro instance is not that enough. It was creating issues, especially for heavy processing of n8n workloads, and especially when I will demo the script which is to migrate all your or all mine at least 188 workflows over here, it is going to cause issues. So basically now you can see that it has started failing. SSL failed. Let's encrypt cannot reach the server. This is likely Oracle's network issues. Maybe it's blocking the external traffic. So it is again troubleshooting, going into our machine and seeing. So, or it could be an issue with DNS propagation as well. So we need to see whether the DNS is basically configured. So now right now you can see it's saying Oracle's VCN security list is blocking traffic. Let me check and fix that. And by the way, all this is working because you have authenticated your Claude Code instance with your Oracle machine. If you have not authenticated it, it is not going to work. So it is important that you authenticate your VM in a correct manner. So you can see that it has found the VCN now. Let me check the security list rules. So it is going to check the security list rules. Now it is telling us security list already has ports 80 and 443 open. And let me check the Nginx and IP tables on the VM. So found it, IP tables are in wrong order. This is exactly the kind of troubleshooting that I wanted you to see in action, because this is something if I had to do, I would be like Googling over, searching over, chatting over AI, what is happening, and then copy pasting everything. And now you can see that it has fixed it. It is saying that server is accessible. Now let me get the SSL certificate, and boom, the SSL certificate is installed this time. So everything worked correctly as we intended to. And now it is saying let me set up the DuckDNS auto update and deploy n8n. Can see that now the n8n is deployed as a Docker instance or Docker compose image, and you can see that we have got the success and our Oracle Cloud n8n instance is up and running with 4 ORM OCPUs and 24 GB RAM and 200 GB of storage. So that's 24x more RAM or more capacity than a GCP machine, and I am really excited because everything is working fine. So now let's go ahead and give it a spin. Let's go ahead here and let me open this. Perfect. You can see that n8n workflow automation. Let's configure it. Let's say this. Let's continue on next. Let's configure this as software. Cool. All right, I'm going to mention this. So I'll get a send me a free license key, and that's it guys. You have got a free instance up and running. Let me click on this start from scratch. Let's add a trigger manually. Let's save the workflow. The workflow is successfully saved, or I'll just rename it to my first Oracle VM workflow. And now let me click on this execute. So it is going to execute. The system has executed, and you can see that in fraction of second it was executed because you have a solid VM right now, solid spec VM. So now everything is complete. Now comes the part. Let's suppose if I open n8n discover with dhirish.com. So this is my DigitalOcean server, right? I have already migrated from my cloud instance to this DigitalOcean server because I am right now in optimization mode, and wherever I could basically optimize the money or subscription I'm spending, let's go ahead and log into it. All right, so this is the instance that I have right now. All right, let me go to the personal project over here, and you can see that I have all these folders, all these workflows. So there are like 188 of them that I would want all of this to be migrated onto my Oracle machine. And that is what we are going to do in the next lesson of this series, where I'm teaching you how you can save almost $300 and self-host an n8n instance on your own without knowing any type of technical details. So do not miss the next lesson, because I'm not going to just show you a traditional way of migrating all these n8n workflows onto your instance, because what it is going to do is going to copy all these workflows into your personal project and dump it in the same directory or same place without organizing them as you are seeing right now on the screen, folder by folder, nested folders. It is not going to do that. So I'm going to show you that trick in the next video, how you can achieve it without the support of native API that n8n provides. Now, if you like this video, do share it with others. Download the system that I have created for n8n self-host management, which is called n8n self-host autopilot. And you know the reason why I'm calling it. The link is in the description of the video, or you can reach out to me and start setting up your system using Claude Code, having a plain simple English conversation.